Now, there is something I want you to know. Not all interview stages follow this process. So, the manager will just interview you. That's all. Most of the times, most of the interviews that follow this process are mostly big pen. You need to write first stage write like PwC, Deloitte, and what have you. The big four, the big eight. Write from this stage to this stage, from this stage. But this is not my focus. All these things are not my focus. My main focus is the question itself and how to answer it. This thing was made by one of somebody shared it with me, and I decided that I went through it and I found out that actually it's making sense. It's making sense, and it's something I should share with my people here. So that's why I came up with it. So we're going to be looking at each question and the answers, and we're going to shed more light on it where necessary, and also hit on one or two. So it's like a discussion stuff you will learn also. And if there's any objection to it, you can put the comments on the comment section. Here, I might be wronging some, I might be writing some. I'm not the one who made this. Somebody shared it with me. So let's hit it running. Question one say, can you detail your experience preparing month end reports and your familiarity with the financial closing process? Now, let's take a look at the answer before we throw more light. He said, in my previous role, I have extensive experience preparing month end reports. This involves consolidating financial data, reconciling accounts, bank reconciliation, and analyzing variances. I am familiar with the financial closing process, ensuring accuracy and compliance with accounting standards and deadlines. Now, in an interview, you mustn't specify all these things the way it is word to word. What I want you to get here is that understand what it takes to prepare a month end report. What does it take to prepare a month end report? And your familiarity with the financial closing processes. Now, mind you that what you the step you took in January is the same step you will take in February in preparing your month end report. March the same thing continuously like that. Now, in preparing your month end report, you will notice that you have to deal with your vouchers. From your vouchers, you vet it with your bank statement. You make your reconciliation. You prepare your cash book. Right? Prepare your cash book. You pass your journals. After passing your journal, then you went ahead and prepare your management account for the month. Right? What is the closing? At least you should be able to balance your account at the end of the month. If there's any discrepancy, something you should discuss with your superior or with your superior. People will find a way out of it. You mustn't hit it. You may just know the process of preparing your month end report. Be familiar with your bank or your voucher, bank statement. Be familiar with your trial balance. Be familiar with your uh, management account. For those that are using Excel management account, or if you're using software, be familiar with it. And that's all. Then you consolidate at the end of every month. I think that solves that. Let's go to the second question and say, is internal control different from internal control system? If yes, explain. If no, explain. Right question. If yes, explain. If no, explain. Now, What is internal control and what is internal control system? Let's go to the answer. You see here, internal control and internal control system are different. Yes. Internal control and external control system are different. Internal control is a broader term. No, I disagree with this. Internal control is not a broader term. I think this is a misplacement of definition. Internal control system is a broader term, encompasses the policy, procedure, and measure a company adopts to safeguard assets and ensure accuracy in financial reporting. Whereas internal control is the specific set of goals in place to achieve this objective. Now, here there is a misconception here. Yes, there is a misconception here which we must take cognizance of. Internal control system is a broader term of the organization. They will ask you, what is the control system of your organization? They'll make it a broader that encompasses, that covers all round. You see that? What internal control is a specific set of goals in achieving this this achievement, in achieving this objective. I don't know if you're getting me. Now, I believe this must be a misconception. Yes, the person I told you it was sent to me, and I decided to share it with my followers here. Yes. So internal control system is broader, while internal control is specific in achieving the broader uh, goals. Right? So that is that. Just no, you mustn't give it the way it is. Know it and bring it in your own terms. Some people say when you want to go for interview, you prepare this, you prepare master the yes, it's good to master it, but get your own style that will fit you. Get your own words that will fit you, that you can flow on. You don't necessarily, you don't need to flow on somebody's write up or speech. No, 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 no. Listen to that person. Read up what the person has come up with and do develop your own. That will be the top notch of everything. Develop your own so that you soar in your own pace. So let's go to the third question here. He said the major reason we are employing you is because we have too many customers owing us and it is really affecting our business. Talking about receivable. How can you help us manage our account receivable and optimize cash flow for the company? Now let's look at the answer here. To manage account receivable and optimize cash flow, I would implement effective credit policy. Good. Conduct regular flow up on overall account. Fantastic. Offer discount for early payment and explore alternative financial options. Clear communication with customers and timely invoicing are also what's crucial. Understanding their concern and providing flexible payment options. Establishing clear payment times, offering solutions, and escalating the matter when necessary and essential. I love this part. I love this part. This part of escalating. Yes, at times, if you don't escalate, you don't get your money. You don't know. At times, if you don't escalate, you don't get your money back. Escalate it so that they will know that you are serious in recovering this money back. Now, and again, aging payable schedule to track payment. So that is that about that. Here now, what can you do to help us recover our money? Put all this in place. and you must be good in account receivable. Account receivable. You must be good in your journal, your ledger, your journal, passing the journal, and using all these techniques will enable you recover your money back. So you need to put all this into place. Just know this, know it, don't cram it. I always tell most of my students, don't cram it, know it, right? And there must be a schedule to track payment. So every payable and receivable, there must be a schedule attached to it so that you can monitor the in and out of money, the cash flow of money. Now, let's go to the first question. Differentiation between discount and rebate. Discount and rebate. Now, let's take a look at the answer here. Discount are reduction. Discount, sorry, I want to. Discounts are reduction in the selling price granted to customer, usually for early payments. While rebates, on the other hand, are refund or discount given after the sales, often based on volume or cumulative purchase. Now, let me explain this thing in a term that you will understand. Discount, for example, you want to buy 5 quantity a product. And they say, okay, if you can buy 6, maybe the 5 quantity is for 15 euro. And they say, if you can buy 6, we'll give you that 6 for 15 euro. They will just look for way to discount. The point of sales, it happen where at the point of sale, that is discount. Other way could be, okay, I'm giving you a discount. If you can pay up, if you can buy now and pay immediately, I will give you a discount of 10 naira, or let's say 10%. That is a discount at the point of sales. Now, discounts could be trade discounts, um, cash discount. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. To enable you pay on time, you have a discount. To enable you buy more, you have a discount. It all voice at the point of sale. Why a rebate is different from discount. Now, a rebate in a situation where they say buy 5. If you can buy this product up to 100, we'll give you some incentive or some discount. Now, listen. When you buy 5, you keep the receipt. You buy 6, you keep. You buy this, you keep until it gets to that 100. You come with your receipt to claim, to show that you have purchased this amount products, like 100. Now they will check it and say, wow, yes, yeah, he did it. He did it. Her product is 100. She purchased up to 100. Now you will be giving either a refund, or I don't want to use the word discount. You'll be given an incentive for meeting that target. It's mostly used for promotion. And rebate doesn't occur at the point of sales like discount. Discounts occur at the point of sale, but rebate doesn't occur at the point of sale. Rebates occur after sales, and when you meet a particular criteria, you come with an evidence to claim what is attached to that. Oh, just hope you understand. Just hope you understand. Yes. So just know it. So let's go to the third one. How do you account for PPE, asset disposal, asset held for sales, discontinue operation? Now, this is where your I, IS 16, yes, IS 16, plant, property, and equipment. Let's look at the answer. Accounting for property, plant, and equipment includes recording asset disposal, holding assets for sale separately, and accounting for discontinued operation. This process follow relevant accounting standard and involve recognizing gain or losses on the flaunt with your IAS and IFRS knowledge. Yes, when you get to IS 16 that talks about PPE, study it very well. You'll find out that this is nothing. Now, let me just chip in. I was discussing with a friend of mine and I told him that, do you know, somebody asked me, he asked me this question. You see, I told him, do you know if you buy a laptop for 50,000 naira and the cost of transportation of that laptop is 5,000, and you pay some things, one or two, in safeguarding that laptop, and everything you paid for that laptop amount to 10,000 naira. I asked them, do you know the cost of that laptop is no longer 50,000? It's now 60,000 because you add up every expense incurred for the purpose of the laptop. All will be capitalized together and form the cost of the laptop. That is what I is talking about. And I told him, okay, what in a situation where you bought this laptop for 50,000 naira and you decide to go somewhere and chill with your friend, then you drink of 20,000 naira. You can add it to the amount. It's totally out of the laptop. So there are things you add, you capitalize to the laptop. There are things you add together. Right? Good. That will give you the cost of an asset. Asset on disposal also. Asset held on sale. So I would like you to read up, though I'm not here to hit more on to go deep into IS 16. I will do a tutorial on IS 16 that will explain all these asset disposal, assets held for sale, and continue operation. But just go to IS 16, then you flaunt with it. Have the knowledge. Don't all these things, all this right up here. Just get the knowledge, hang on to the knowledge, and go for your interview. Now, question 6 say my company HMO plan expired October 2023 and we continue to benefit from it until we renew in December 2023. How do I rate the post? Is there anything like accrued expenses here? Note, our subscription duration is every six months. It's every what? Six months. Let's see. The posting should reflect the period of service covered by the plan. Accrued expenses may be applicable if there are services rendered but not yet invoiced. Ensure accurate allocation and recognition of expenses for the specific period covered by the plan. A prepayment schedule should be in place. Now, prepayment is very important here. Now, before we go into this, I just want to give you an example. When you pay for your rent, you pay ahead. Like in January, you pay for 1 year. In accounting, you don't expense all. You have paid for 1 year. So you don't expense all that amount in January. No. You spread it across the 12 months. That amount divide by 12 and you spread it every month. Now, what do you do is this: once you pay that money, here you should be good with your Jonas. Once you pay that money, you credit your bank account, then you debit your prepayment. You are not debiting your expenses. Listen, you credit your bank account because money left, then you debit your prepayment. Why? Because you have paid in advance. Now, after January, the end of January, when preparing the report for January, you pick the amount for 1 month. Your journal there will now be what? Credit rent, because under the prepayment you have your rent. Under the prepayment you have your rent. HMO might be under too, under prepayment. You credit your rent and you debit your expenses. Credit prepayment, debit rent for that first month. Let's use this HMO as an example. Sorry. Let's use this HMO as an example. Let me show you one thing. Let's say this is the HMO, right? Let's say this is the bank. Let's use B. Yes, B. Let's say this is our expenses, which is where we're going to expense the HMO. Let's use E. Yes. Now, look at the question. Expired October, but they've been benefiting from it. Now, they've been benefiting October, November, December. It was renewed in December. It might be 31st December, it might be 1st. But let's say it was renewed as at 1st December, meaning they've used October, November, December. 2 months has been used, right? Which is November and December. And they renewed it December. Let's say it was renewed on 1st of December. Let's see, because the date was not given here. Now, October, November, December. So 1 month, they enjoyed it for 1 month without paying. So the double entry there will be this HMO now will be the prepayment. Right? Yeah, will be the prepayment. Now, what you do here is you credit uh, your prepayment HMO with 1 month because it was used for 1 month, right? Then you debit. Where are you debiting? You debit your expense with that same 1 month, the amount of that 1 month. Now, mind you, they renew it every 6 months. Now, at the first of December, they decided to renew it. Money has left the bank. Money for 6 months have left the bank. You credit bank and debit your prepayment for 6 months. When you balance all this, you have a balance of 5 months here. Right? A balance of 5 months. we will be here. Now, subsequent months in January, you have utilized it. What do you do now? Now, you have a balance of 1 month. Now, this one now, we have expense it here. You pay 6 year, 6 year. We nil off here, it will give you balance of 5. Now, subsequent month, you credit your what? After the month, nothing affects the bank because the money has been moved. What you just do is that you you credit your prepayment with one, then you debit your expense, then your balance here will be 4, left with 4 months. Oh, hope you understand. The subsequent months, you credit your prepayment, you debit your expense, and your balance here will be 3. Subsequent months, you credit your prepayment and you debit your expense. And here will be 2. Balance here will be 2. Subsequent, you credit here and you debit here. Note that nothing is happening here because you have paid it in advance. You are just using your prepayment to obey the standard. Hope you understand. So that is what this place is saying about. Now, let's go to the next question. How do you ensure compliance with accounting standard and internal control within the finance function? Can you share an example of a situation where you had to address a complaint? Now, let's look at the answer before we keep answering. I ensure compliance by staying updated on accounting standard. That is it. You have to stay updated now. Accounting standard doesn't change like that because virtually every year there is a new changes in tax. But I don't think I stand to be corrected. I don't think that accounting standard change every year. I don't like that. You understand? So conducting regular internal audit and implementing robust internal control. In a past situation, I identified a deviation from accounting standard, rectify the entries, and implement measures to prevent occurrence. Now, at times, you might see some AFS, audited financial statement, that was prepared like when we went for one audit. Because if you want to start an audit, your foundation will be on the last audit. So we'll ask for their last account that was handled by other auditor. And we'll check, we'll find out that some accounting standards we are not followed there. One of those things. So in our audit, we corrected that. In internal audit, we make sure we fix those holes, those complaints. One, you have to stay up to date. You have to know what to do as an auditor. You have to know how to keep the accounting, the finance section neat with your knowledge of standard. Now, how do you handle previous one? Yes, you discover something in the previous account and you rectify it. And you make sure such thing doesn't occur again. You train your staff, you train yourself, you go for seminar, you go for classes, you meet professionals, discuss so that you keep updating yourself regularly. I don't know if I'm making sense. Hope so. Let's go to the next question. Our former accountant did not keep up a record of our financial statement, and we have not been able to produce accurate reports for the past 1 year that we commence business. Is there anything you can do to help the company get proper accounting record? Sure, as an accountant, there should be something you should do in just 1 year. Now, the one before we go to the answer, the 1 year record was not kept properly. Now, maybe there is no voucher, maybe there is no cash book, no proper documentation, stuff like that. You can demand for their bank statement. But before then, let's look at the answer here. I would conduct a thorough review of existing record, reconstruct missing data, and implement proper bookkeeping procedures. This may involve reconciling bank statements, verifying transactions, and setting up a system for accurate and timely record keeping. Exactly. Now you have to take a look at pick the bank statement if possible. Prepare the account from start. Now you might face some difficulty in preparing that account. Reason being there is no voucher tell you that this amount was used for this amount was used for this. You might not get those necessary ingredients to prepare the account. What you do, you extract your your bank statement. After you must have extracted, reconcile it, it balance, good and fine. Prepare your cash book, good and fine. Then you meet the management. I would like to know, at least the management should be at the forefront in knowing what the amount was used for. Yes, you see. So in this expense side, we realize that so amount went out. What was this money used for? At least he should have some knowledge about it. You say, oh, this one is for we purchased a car. This one office maintenance. We bought generator. This one is for salary. This one is for this one is for that. Now say, okay, what about this inflow? You say this one is the source of our income from our services we render. This one is loan that we collected. This one loan we collected from a friend. This one loan we collected from organization. This one, this is refund. This very one is settlement of debt. With this knowledge, you prepare your management account. And from there, and you lay a foundation on how to continue the next audit, sorry, the next month account. Now, in the next month, you have laid a foundation and you've come up with a report. Now, the next one, you place your controls, your internal control that any money that must go out must pass, there must be an approval. A voucher must be raised and documented, right? And every money they must spend in that organization must pass through the bank. You make provision for impress, petty cash impress, right? You make sure you put all these things in place. Then you have your control. Then you assign your duty. You handle this, you handle this. That is it. That is how you can maintain the record. Just have this knowledge, and that is all. Are you with me? Hope we are flowing. Let's go to now next question. See, as a branch accountant, salary is paid by the head office. How do you record it in your book? Before I comment, okay, let's go to the answer first. As a branch accountant, I could record the salary expense in the book and create an intercompany transaction to reflect the payments made by the head office. This ensures accurate recording of expenses and proper reconciliation between the branch and the head office. Now, I have some objection towards this. As a branch accountant, you are not in charge of paying salaries. The, the salary is being handled by the head office. That is to say, the head office has an accountant that handle the salary issues, all the branches, including the accountant in the branch. The accountant in the branch don't prepare the salary schedule, not the one preparing it. It's the accountant in the head office that prepares it. Now, the job of the accountant in the branch office is what? Receive stock from the head office, account for it. Yes, account for it. The inflow of money from the sales of those stock, account for it. The expenses that was made and carried out in the branch, account for it, record it, prepare your report. You don't have any business with the expenses of the head office because the head office is being controlled by another accountant, which is in charge of salary and other petty cash expenses, also the head. You are in charge here with the sales and the expenses that occur in your branch. You are not preparing salary. So I stand to be corrected. Please, I stand to be corrected. This is my own opinion. As a branch accountant, I don't think you need to record anything about salary, except if that responsibility was shifted to you in the branch to record. Except if you have to pay the salary of your worker from your branch, and the head office will pay their own. But here, the head is paying all. Even the security, the head is paying them. So the branch account don't have anything to do with salary here. Am I speaking your mind? Please, just say something in the comment section. Let's see if there's anywhere we are misquoting each other. That is my take on that. Okay, so let's move to the next question. 10. In entering transaction on an accounting software, the only thing accountants do in a company, the answer is pure no. We are not just entering transaction. Accountants are involved in so many things in an organization. In preparation of tax, compliances, budgeting, and so on. But let's look at the answer here. Bookkeeping is different from being an accountant. While entering transaction, an accounting software is a significant part of the role. Accountants also engage in financial analysis, yes, budgeting, perfect, forecasting, perfect, internal audit, perfect, and providing financial advices. It's essential to gain exposure to various aspects of accounting for professionals. I love that. I love that. It's not just to enter figures. The work of an accountant is not just to enter figures on QuickBook, figures on Sage, figures on ERP, figures on this, figures on that. No. We also engage in other roles, advisory, forecasting, internal audit, aspect of tax. We are blessed as an accountant. If you're an accountant, be thanking God because God has given you so many area of specialization where you can specialize in accounting and make good livings from. You can go into accounting firm. Like it is only the big four accounting firm that will section you to tax and you remain in tax alone. To audit and you remain in audit alone. To advisory and you remain in advisory alone. Maybe probably at times they might interchange. But when you go into ANCO, As you are there, you are doing everything. You are doing auditing, you are doing taxation, you are doing advice, you are doing transfer pricing also. So you are exposed to so much professional growth. You are exposed as an accountant. It's not just entering figures. So when you have all this knowledge with you and the act, you don't need to think twice. You don't need to vomit what is here. You don't need to vomit it. You come up with something tangible from within you and flow with it. Don't cram. Know it. Why? So let's go to the next one. Why should we hire you as an accountant? Let's see answer. Blow all your trumpets here. You should hire me as your accountant because of my extensive experience in financial reporting, strong knowledge of accounting standards, and proven ability to implement effective internal control. I am dedicated to ensuring accuracy and compliance and contributing to the financial health of the organization. Good and fine. But do you know if you don't have experience, you hardly have an opportunity? Now, let me use this opportunity and talk to us. Please, if you don't have an experience, look for somewhere and volunteer, especially accounting firm. Look for Anko accounting firm and volunteer. They might not pay you, but you will learn. See, for you to attain a height, there must be a sacrifice you will pay. Let it be that sacrifice. Get that experience because you might have your icon without experience. I've had so many people that come into our firm, chartered. We train them. They are chartered, oh, we train them. People who came into our firm with their BSc and HND, we train them. And these people stand to train people that came in with icon qualification. So these people devoted their time with their BSc and HND and engaged in a volunteer activity as a trainee in this organization. And the good thing, once you are good, you are catching up, they retain you. So instead of just staying that I want to become a chartered accountant and you don't have experience, please, accounting is all about experience and you learn on the job. So just look for one and go. Engage. I know it's not easy. The economy is biting. But think about it. If you don't make the sacrifice now, when are you going to enjoy the economy? Even if the economy is rosary, you still have to make a sacrifice. Frankly speaking, after my school, after my NYC, when I joined an accounting firm, the first thing my manager told me is hey, forget about everything they taught you in school. You are here to learn the real accounting. Honestly, school is just a background they give to you. So please, so let's go to the next question. What is salary range for a fresh graduate accountant that is chartered experience? So the salary range for a fresh graduate accountant that is chartered without experience. If you are chartered without an experience, now let's take a look. The edge you could always have with an accounting role is having experience. I said this earlier. Try to ensure you are scaling up and abreast with some of the rules you are applying for, so that when you call a figure, you won't be underpriced as a result of lack of experience. Varies based on factors like location, company size, and industry. Generally, it can range from 250. It's advisable to research salary trend in your specific location and industry for more accurate estimate. Yes, you research, but while researching, you research based on the experience you have. If you don't have experience as a chartered accountant, see the truth is that they do tell us that one of my lecturer in school say, you people, you are just bookkeeper until you become chartered. You are bookkeeper until you become chartered. You are bookkeeper until you become chartered. But even if you become chartered, you're still a bookkeeper without an experience. Yes, I'm saying it. You are still a bookkeeper without an experience. There are so many chartered out there without an experience. What will you call those ones? See, there are difference between reading to pass an exam and reading to stay updated in your profession. It is two different. When you read to pass exam, everything you read after the exam goes with the exams. Your aim is to pass. Your aim is not to know but to pass the exam. So once you succeed passing the exam, that is all. But when you learn to upskill, to remain in the profession, you find that you'll be going. You'll be going. There are so many chartered without experience. And people will not get them. We get them now. They still volunteer themselves to learn. The why you BSc HND, why can't you do that? So many people become chartered in accounting firm. Yes, in accounting firm. Then in school, I told my friend I must have a reason why I am writing ICANN, why I'm going to write ICANN. That I must have a reason until I join an auditing firm. I say, yes, this is the reason why I must write ICANN. Qualification doesn't upgrade you. Qualification only give you the edge to upgrade yourself. You might not get that clearly. But that is by the way. Let's move to the next one. In your opinion, what is the most important financial metrics for assessing a, a company health and why? Yeah, these are other likely questions. You can just read and answer some. I'm going to just talk more on little on more than that's all. I think one of the metric for assessing a company health is the cash flow. Money that comes in, that goes out. You can also use your financial position to assess it. Now, how do you ensure compliance with tax regulation and have you been involved in tax planning? Staying up to date. Now, this is not accounting standard. This is tax. Stay up to date. Stay what? Up to date. Now, can you provide an example how you have improved efficiency or reduced costs in your previous accounting role? If you don't have a previous accounting role, what will you say? That is why you need an experience. So if you have a previous accounting role, if you if you engage yourself, you must have something to say here. Yes, you must have. But if you don't have the first, you don't have anything to say here. How do you communicate complex financial information to non-financial stakeholders? And can you provide an example? Somebody that doesn't know anything about accounting terms, how do you communicate with it? Just like in football match, the way you communicate football games to somebody who doesn't watch football is by the number of goals they score. If you begin to discuss, upside, this one head, if you need to see the passes, accurate free kick, this person will just be looking at you. What is this person saying? What is free kick? What is leg over? What is penalty? You even think that they have five penalty. You'll be looking at you. All is after who win. What is the matrix? Go. You ask you, how far? What is the score of the match? 5-2. That's all. That is what they expect you here. Here you use your analysis. If if possible, you use a bar chart to analyze the growth of your business. The growth. That is why most accountants are data analysis. So if you are not, or if you've not picked up a course in data analytics, please do. Accountants are using Excel and Power BI now for their analysis. Please update yourself. Right? Good. How do you prioritize and manage multiple tasks and deadlines in a fast-paced accounting environment? When you have experience, you have something to say here. Multitask. In my office, my manager will tell me that we don't do one work here. He will say we don't do one work here, so we are used to it. You'll be doing this work, they'll give another one to you. You'll be preparing this account, they'll give another one to prepare. You say, I'm not through with this, you are doing insurance account. From insurance, you are doing an NGO. From an NGO, you are doing you as if that is not enough. The firm account you have to prepare it. So there are so many. Now, just take a look at this question and answer them. Just answer them. The one you can pick it out and answer. Describe a challenging situation you faced in previous role related to accounting. How did you handle it? This one is not something somebody will tell you. Think of the previous role you handled as a trainee that you overcame or overcome. English. Accountant is not interested in English. It's metrics. So you have something to say there. What accounting software are you proficient in, and how do you use technology to streamline your work? Now listen. Softwares are something that is very, very good and crucial in accounting. Yes, I have a friend who learned how to use Sage 50. He paid heavily for that. How to use Sage 50. He did it for, I think, 4 months, and she was good at it. But the problem is that she's not using it for anything. She just learned it. And one thing with software, once you learn it and you are not using it, it leaves you. It goes. You have to be using it. I went for one interview and they asked the question, how often do you use accounting software? I told them the one I use frequently. And they said, what about the other one? I said that one we don't use it frequently in our organization. And something you don't use frequently, you tend to forget something there. But notwithstanding, if that is what you use here, within 1 or 2 weeks, I'll be good with it. The important thing is that the bases are inbuilt in the accounting basis. So that is that. How do you approach the month end closing period, and what step do you take to ensure timely and accurate financial reporting? We discussed that earlier. Can you explain the concept of depreciation and impact on financial statement? Now, somebody was asking me the depreciation in your PPE, where is it going? And the carrying amount, where is your amount? Now, listen, your depreciation amount goes to your income statement, your expenses there, which later you will add back to your profit for tax purposes. That if you are progressing to pay tax, your carrying amount appears in your statement of financial position, commonly known as balance sheet, but we don't use balance sheet anymore. We use financial position. Income statement is formerly known as profit and loss account. We don't use it again. We use income statement, right? So just know where these two things go. There are other questions you can just go through. How do you ensure accuracy and attention to detail in your accounting work? Explain the difference between accrual and cash basis. Which is when is each method appropriate? Now, let me say something about accrual and cash basis. Accrual basis recognize debtors. Cash basis doesn't recognize debtors. Accrual basis, once you buy on credit, it recognizes you as a debtor. You've not paid though, but it has recognized you as a debtor. Well, cash basis, once you buy on credit, money has not entered the account until you pay the money before a sales is made. But here, you don't need to pay that money before they will record that a sale has been made. You buy on credit, it's called credit sales. Are you getting it? Cash basis doesn't recognize debtors. Accrual basis recognize debtors. So mostly it is commonly used. The most commonly used one is accrual basis because it recognizes your debtors and give you what you want to account for your day-to-day running of the business. But here it's mostly used, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the government processes where there is all they are interested is receiving money. And once you pay, the time you pay the money is the time it is recognized. But here, the time you might carry out a job without paying, they will recognize it as a credit of you'll be owing them. So the best one is for me and for the account I've been preparing all this while our accrual basis. Accrual basis is just the top notch for me. How do you handle this discrepancy in financial statement and what steps do you take to reconcile them, reconcile your step? If there's any discrepancy that you cannot handle, you meet your superior. There's always a room for you to meet your superior. You prepare financial statement after everything you still have to vet it. If there's any discrepancy that you cannot fix yourself, take it to your superior and you handle this. Can you discuss your experience with budgeting and forecasting? What to have you to use? Can you walk me through your accounting and reporting processes, like starting from your voucher, from your voucher to your cash book, from cash book to journal, from journal, like that, like you prepare your financial statements. I'm even getting tired. So explain the difference between it was the same thing. How do you handle financial substance step to your can you discuss your experience with but it's the same thing? It was just a repeated. Yes, I think we've come to the end of this. So I would like you to just take a look at this question, research on it, and know what to. These are mostly likely questions they might ask you in an interview, and also it's also another venue for you to broaden your knowledge in accounting. Yes, so just take a look at the questions. You can pause it and write down some questions there. Write out some questions that you research on your own. Some likely question. At least we have explained all this. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, and God bless you. See you in our next discussion. And I must give appreciation to the person that shared this with me and the person who come up with this. I find it very helpful and useful. That's why I have to bring it here for us to discuss about it. Yeah, thank you, and our class continue in NX. Yes. Thank you. And do have a wonderful day.